To I just went to the gym today. Uh, I go to the gym pretty consistently. Well, I just started. I'm not gonna say I do that consistently, but I just started going to the gym consistently, like for the past week, 2 weeks, and it's been a pretty alright experiences. Our experience. It's been a pretty alright experience, and you know, it's regular day to day stuff, but feel me, I never had the fucking motivation to go to the gym. It was really after the gym. But, you know, as I'm growing out of this loser lifestyle, I'm kind of just realizing like how these slight changes in my routine are kind of making my life, a little bit better by the day. And I'm trying to learn how to eat healthier as well. But living in America, I don't think that's a 100% thing you can do. But one thing you definitely can do is try your hardest and try to break out of your cycles. And if you've been here for the slightest bit, you already know that I'm not the most confident, the most, really the most anything. And I feel like most of us aren't the most anything as well. But it really was hard to accept. It was hard to accept that I wasn't everything. And I don't really believe that you have to be the greatest. You have to be the best. Because most of the people that are the best usually usually are pretty terrible people. And I'm not saying they're terrible people because of, just the fact that they're just terrible people. Like, there's some people who are the best or one of the best that aren't, terrible people. But most people are just terrible people. And not excluding me because I'm a pretty, nah, I wouldn't say I'm a terrible person, but I'm not the best, okay? I'm not I'm not a clean dude, okay? I've done wrong in my life. I've done a whole bunch of shit just like we all have. But I say that to say I believe that making small improvements every day really does help in the long run, and it does help because honestly this past 2 weeks that I've been going to the gym, it has helped me a lot. Like, just realize like where I'm right, where I'm wrong. I'm getting a little bit more active socially. I'm having a little bit more fun just being in life. Um, but my main goal is to just learn how to socialize again. Cause I used to be a little bit social, but I kind of lost it. Like, I don't know. Well, I guess I was never really social. I'm lying, guys. I was never really a social ass dude. I had friends and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I was never really like the type of dude to go out and be like, hey, to some random people. Like, I feel like most of us are like that, but I don't know. I've always wanted to be more of a expressive person, just being myself wherever I go. And I feel like the best way to do stuff like that is to just, throw yourself out there. And I can't say I'm there yet where I can just throw myself out there. But I'm really getting better every day. Like, I feel like this is one of the first times in my life where I can say like I feel more confident than I ever have, and I just feel better about myself because I used to really hate myself, guys. I really used to, bro. Like, for real. And to an extent is there a little bit, but we're getting through it. And I'm almost there to the point where I can start, finally just just get out there. Um I've never had a girlfriend. I've never I've never had like I've had friends, guys. Don't get me wrong. I've had friends, but I've never, you feel me? I've never crossed the line into just reaching out and trying to be somebody in the world, trying to be somebody. I always wanted to be nothing because that's what the world made me feel like. And I didn't really have any friends or any like family members that really took me out of that mindset. And I guess it's kind of my fault that I didn't express it because it's really important to communicate how you feel with people and stuff like that. But I'm a man, guys. You can't really just go out here and just be wailing on people with your feelings. I usually try to express how I feel through music because I make music myself. I mainly just do it just to express and just listen to how I feel, and then through listening to how I feel, I can, you know, decipher like whether the feelings are valid or invalid. And I don't really think there's a validity and an invalidity, if that's even a word, to your emotions, to your feelings. I feel like all emotions are valid, just not all of them are necessarily needed. And I feel like the more I just go forward and push through, the more I realize, like, I don't want to sound stuck up, but like, you know, the more I realize how great I am as a person, just like you are. And the more I just keep going every day, and the more results I see, I kind of get, a little bit happy and happier. And I don't think there's ever gonna be a point where we're all gonna be happy and we're all gonna be, but but I feel like there will be a point where we can accept the fact that not every day is going to be happy, not every day is going to be great. And it just sucks. It doesn't suck. It just it sucked thinking about this stuff because in the past, like, there weren't any great days. I never had a lot of fun when I was young or as a teenager. In my early adult life, we're not having too much fun. But I feel like life is slowly creeping and getting to a better place, and I just I'm just here to enjoy it. I'm not here to I'm not here to try to change how I feel about something, change how other people feel, change. I'm not here to try to change anything. I'm here to enjoy what I enjoy, do what I like to do, hang with people I like to hang with, and just live it up. And I feel like the best way, I feel like that's the best way to live, honestly. Because, shit, if I wasn't living, if I wasn't living how I like this right now and just trying to enjoy something, I would just be wallowing. I'm a wallower, a wallower. I don't know if that's really a word, but I used to wallow. I used to sit in my house in shambles, just sad, angry, just depressed, watching a whole bunch of bullshit, beating my meat, smoking cigarettes, smoking cigars, smoking a whole lot of weed, doing a whole lot of drugs, and not really making any progress in life. And I feel like that's just no way to live. So, my call to action for you guys, my call to action for you, my call to action for you guys isn't to leave a comment or leave a like or subscribe to the channel. My call to action for you guys is to just go outside and just be yourself. I don't care if you're a fucking horrible person. I would rather you not be, but hey man, life is life. So I don't care if you're a horrible person, if you're a good person, if you're in the middle, if you're both, you know. As long as you're going out and you're just doing what you want to do. And shit, enjoy it, bro. I love you guys. Peace.